Hi, and welcome to the July A Mini Album a Month class. This class focuses on a Doodlebug Plain and Simple album. This is the Square Chip album, and this month's theme is going to be a school theme. Now, when you're working with shaped chipboard, there's two ways to cover your chipboard with paper. And the first way is to trace out the paper and then use scissors to cut it. Or you can take a glue stick, add glue all around, and then put the pattern paper on it. And then you would use a craft knife to go using the edge of the chipboard. You just trim off the excess, and either way is just fine. Just use whatever method is most comfortable for you. So we are going to cover the cover of this album, and I have pre-cut the paper to make this much quicker and easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is just ink the edges with brown ink. Now for the holes on the side, I used a large circle punch. For the inside pages, you'll use a smaller circle punch, but it has reinforced silver rings on the front, so I needed a bigger size. When I'm using chipboard, there's lots of different ways to adhere the paper. I prefer glue stick. It actually bonds the paper to the chipboard quite easily, so I almost always use glue stick when I'm doing a chipboard album, especially a shaped chipboard album. So we're going to go ahead and put that paper down. Make sure everything's adhered. If there's a part that starts popping up or it doesn't adhere well, you can add more glue to it. Now, this album has a pop-out for a photo or for a title, but I'm actually going to ignore that pop-out. I want to put something there instead. So I'm going to add this Jenny Bullen journaling block. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, it's a little plain, so I want to add some other elements to make this pop out. And so I have added a red pattern paper strip just to the bottom of the paper. That makes it a little more dramatic. Now I wanted to show you a fun technique with this Jenny Bullen embossed paper that's done by Coordinations Cardstock. And it is embossed, but it's hard to tell what the pattern is. And the way to reveal patterns on this embossed cardstock is you're going to need a piece of scratch paper. I fold mine in half to catch the sanded off portion. You need a sanding block, and then you just firmly add pressure and sand the image, and it will start to reveal the core of the cardstock. Sometimes the core is white. In this particular case, it's just a lighter green. And then I tap off the excess sanding parts. And then you are left with numbers that are much more easy to see now that I have sanded them off. So that's a fun thing you can do with that Coordinations cardstock. And I've stocked up on it because I like it quite a bit. So I'm going to add this strip across the center. Now I think I'm ready for that Jenny Bullen square. So I will go ahead and add that back on. Okay, and I have pre-cut a blue pattern paper strip from Bo Bunny double dot paper. This is a staple in my scrapbooking supplies. I always have a lot of different colors of it on hand. It just goes with everything. Now, I own the Silhouette machine, and I have to say it's one of the best purchases I have ever made because it allows me to not only cut shapes, but to cut any true type fonts. And so I have pre-cut Back to School in two different cardstock colors. It will cut through cardstock and it will cut through pattern paper. Be sure to watch Nicole's videos on how you can use this awesome machine. It is in the store. And you can download designs from our website by some of our awesome digital designers, or you can actually go to the Silhouette website and download shapes from there. You download them individually so you can get only what you need and not waste. So I'm using a Zig glue pen. This is what I typically use for detailed pieces. Before I add the school part, I have this chipboard apple from American Crafts, and I'm going to add that. When creating this layout, I went through the store and found as many school-related items as I could find. because I just wanted to have some fun and just play around. So I just kind of purchased whatever I thought would be fun. I've pre-added twine to this button, and I'm just going to trim off the excess twine. And now, seeing where the letters fit, I'm going to start backwards with spelling school. That makes it easier to center my letter. All right, and there you have the Back to School title. Now I have these basic gray basics tabs. They come in this dark color, and I'm just going to add a tab. It already has a foam sticker on the back, but it also has white strips that hold adhesive. You just peel it off. Okay, and so there you have the cover of your Back to School album. And now I will just assemble the album by aligning all of the holes. And it includes in the binder the 3 office rings that you're going to need. Now my binder album is quite thick because I've included things like buttons and ribbon. Now before I put the last one on, I just want to show you the inside pages. I have a dedicatory page, and then I just started adding things as I felt like adding them. There's stickers from October Afternoon. I printed out my journaling on craft cardstock. I have some October Afternoon cards here. I have American Crafts buttons. And you can see that I've just added them wherever I felt like. I had my son include his handwriting. It'll be fun to see how his handwriting changes over the years. And I just went through my photos and found the school-related photos and added them, and then added my own journaling to them. So you can see each page. There are more photos of this album on the website, as well as a downloadable PDF. And there is also a question and answer section in the education forum. So be sure to visit 2peasinabucket.com.